Right, it is now the end of April, and in 2 months' time, the end of June, we are due to be taking on the Welsh 3Peaks. Snowdon, Cader, Idris and Pennyvan, all within 17 hours. So all considerable hikes up mountains. What you will need for any sort of mountain walking or a challenge like that is obviously good aerobic fitness, comes without saying, strong legs and a good core. Now the issues that we may have in achieving these fitness goals are numerous, and I'm not going to shy away from them or hide from them. One is motivation. Have we got the motivation to train? Is it going to be on? Is it not going to be on? Two, the barriers that we're facing in achieving these fitness goals and fitness standards that we're going to need to take on this challenge and complete it are numerous, and there's no point in shying away from them. You know, we're looking at motivation. Have we got the motivation to train? Motivation comes from, is it going to be on? Is it not going to be on? If we don't know, are we going to commit fully to it? The motivation as well comes from your training partners. Perhaps you can't see them. You know, we're not able to see them. We're stuck in lockdown. Where you live, you may not have the facilities where you live, or the open spaces, or you may think you haven't got them. Other motivational factors, you know, we can't get to the gym. You know, we're worried about work, we're worried about relatives we can't see, we're worried about what's going to happen when we come out of this. Lots and lots of, you know, reasons to take our motivation away. All I can say on the motivational front is, if it is on, you know, and we do it to the end of June, and it goes ahead, and you're not ready or prepared, and you pulled out of it, you will feel bad for it. All right, you'll think, oh my God, I should have done it. I wish I was there with him. Also, you know, if it's not open by then, and we have to put it back to July, August, all this training that you're doing now is not going to go to waste. It'll be a really good base layer for you and get you to, you know, it'll only improve your fitness, only improve, you know, yourself. Because we are going to do it, and if we are still at this by August and it gets into September and we think, right, it's not feasible to do it then, we'll do it as soon as we can next year. So it is going to be done, and the training that you do now is only going to benefit you. And finally, on the motivational point of view, is, you know, we've got to think why we're doing this. We're doing it for Get the Boys a Lift, right? Since we've been in lockdown, you've seen some amazing stuff and some amazing challenges being put on by all sorts of people and clubs and organisations and individuals. And you know, I've taken part in a few myself, and they've been brilliant. A lot of as well have been for, you know, big national charities, or, you know, the NHS, and all these people need it, and they're at the forefront of what's happening at the moment, and that's great. But underneath that, there is so many other little charities who are struggling, or will be struggling, the longer we stay in lockdown, because they have no funds raised at all and no way of generating any business. And for something like, you know, we're doing the 3Peaks for Get the Boys a Lift. For someone like Get the Boys a Lift, I can only imagine that, you know, their services are going to be even more needed when we come out of this, you know, because, you know, being stuck in lockdown, you know, when we come out, you know, people who may be suffering anyway, you know, could withdraw into themselves even more. It could shatter their confidence. You know, they may not be able to get back into the swing of things naturally as things start opening up, or may not feel comfortable, maybe withdrawn into themselves, able to stay in the house, you know, want to stay in the house even more. Lots of issues, you know, people not being able to work, worries that come with that, and, you know, we're not all just going to have one day it's going to be bang, open up, and we're all going to be back down the pub having a good laugh, like, you know. For some it will be, but for a lot it won't be. So, you know, the work that they're doing needs to be, we need to keep that momentum going, we need to keep the funds going, and to be able to help them to support all the good work they're doing and the good work they're going to need to be doing. Alright, this is meant to be a training video, it's me going off on a tangent. Alright, if we're looking at the training regime here, let's get a couple of things straight from the start, right? This is not a training videos for you to lose weight, for you to gain muscle, and for you to have a beach body, right? This is functional stuff for you to be able to get through going up the 3Peaks challenge, right? I said we need aerobic, we need strength in our legs, and we need core strength, right? So we're going to be looking at those. We're doing 3 times a week, doing different plans and different exercises, just to give you some idea of what you can do, and to hopefully get the same benefits and replicate going up the mountains. I appreciate nothing is going to fully replicate that, but it will make your body stronger and your mind stronger for you to be able to do it when it comes to it. Right, so we're going to start off nice and easy today. I'm going to go for an hour walk, alright? An hour walk, quick pace, and when we come back then we're going to do some leg strength and core exercises. Right, so I'll build that in first of all, get harder. So today's will be quite easy, and then we'll get harder and harder as we go on and look to push it. So today I'm going to start off with a 60-minute walk, and I'm going to come back and do about 20 minutes worth of exercise afterwards, which we'll cover that in a bit later. The walk is going to be at a fast pace, quick pace. It's not going to be a run, so I haven't got any distance in my mind of how many miles it is at the moment. How I'm going to do it is just an hour on your feet, an hour of your legs working on your feet before you come back. So you all know where you live and what you can do, and there's sort of a route that's close to your house so you can do that. So if I'm halfway through it and I think, all right, that's got to an hour there, I can just turn around and walk back to my house. I'm never that far away from it. And then I'll come back and do the exercises. This is just to build time on the feet and your legs moving with some hills on it. I'm not taking a bag today. I'm not carrying any weight or anything like that. I've got water. I'll take the water bottle with me. After the hot weather we've had, it is a little bit chillier today, so I'm going to wear a coat and probably a little hotter. I've got shorts on and a hat on, and then I'm just going to walk it hard and on the hills. I'll show you a few other things whilst we're on the walk as well. Right, let's get down to that. Okay, now when you're walking, if you're lucky enough to come across things like this, you've got to be inventive in your training and have some imagination. You just walk on them. Right, the 3Peaks is going to be off-road. It's going to be on paths, it's going to be over rocks. When I say paths, I mean mud paths, stony paths, gravelly paths, all sorts of rocky paths, and sometimes it won't even be a path. So if you see things like this, now when I say things like this, now you've got to put a caveat in. Just be careful, don't fall, and don't hold the camera while you're doing it and try and take selfies and photos, but like what I'm doing. But just get yourself to walk over it. So when you're out for a nice brisk walk, remember, you're not really worried about the time you're doing, so you just walk. It gets your body used to the different surfaces and the uneven, which again works your core, and this is why we need a strong core. So yeah, don't be too concerned about your speed, your heart rate or anything like that. You're walking for an hour at a quick pace. I'm panting and puffing because I'm going up a hill now, so and that's what you want to be doing. You just want to be out of breath a bit, working hard. On that little bit that we just went over the rocks there, again, use those things. Don't think, oh, my time, I've got to worry about this to go over that. You're out for an hour, so as long as you're working hard for that hour, it doesn't matter if you cover 5 miles or 2 miles. It's all relevant to the terrain that you're on. I mean, I do appreciate that I'm lucky to live somewhere like this. You know, 8 minutes I've been walking now from the house, so it's not bad at all. But use your imagination of where you can go. We almost have little loops that we can do where we can get our heart rate up and work hard. So that first lap took me 10 minutes dead, and it was just 5.3 of a mile, so just over half a mile. So although saying just do it for time, and it is just for time, once you've done one lap you might be thinking to yourself, oh well, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a goal here to aim for. We all need little goals and little motivations to move on. So just off the cuff then I'll be thinking, right, I'm going to do 6 of those in that hour. I didn't do that one particularly quick because I was doing a little bit of filming, but yeah, so I was thinking, right, so that's 3 miles then in an hour. I'd say of that 10 minutes, a good 4 minutes of that, 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, we're uphill, 2 or 3 minutes downhill, and the rest is just on the flat. So very minimal on the flat, and you're either going up or downhill. And don't forget, the going downhill is just important in the training, because you are going to, whatever you go up on the 3 peaks, you're going to have to come down. And for some people, especially like myself, the going down takes it out of me a lot more than the going up, you know, and out on the legs and the knees. So don't forget to do that in these little cycles that we do, and don't think that they're a waste, because they're not. They're of benefit. So so I'm going to crack on now and do the other 50 minutes of the exercise. But yeah, so as I say, I'm not going to get too technical into heart rate and what pace you should be going at and stuff like that. You know, you work hard as hard as you can feel on the walking, so you're breathing hard. The reason I'm not doing that, not everyone's got all the kit, not everyone knows how to use it, not everyone's got heart rate monitors or knows what it means, or Garmin's. You know, this is just for everyone, and the idea is to get through it. So so we're going to keep it basic and keep it real, as I say. So right, I'm going to crack on with this. Personally, I watch my foot in it. Personally, I do find for myself, I tend to actually go slower downhill. And again, that's to do with knees and stuff like that. So so I'm more of a conscious effort to pick up the pace going downhill, and so I don't lose any sort of time on it and keep myself working hard. End of the 6th lap, and what am I on? 54 minutes. So I've made up some good time there. Just walking at a quick pace there. Nothing spectacular, but it's good. So if I'm looking for an hour walk, I'm going to be the end of this loop now in less than a minute. But I'm not going to start another one, because I'm just going to do an hour. So I'm just going to walk home, and that will bring me up to the hour then. So yeah, that's good. I'll just stop here for a sec. Right, get me into shot. Right, now people may say an hour walking of 6 laps, 6 loops may be a bit boring, a bit monotonous. It is a bit. I can't get away from that. Although I've quite enjoyed it, you know, like to vary it up, different goals at different points, keep the mind busy. But what you've got to remember as well, you know, we can't be promoting that we've gone off too far. We've got to stay sort of fairly local to what we're doing. But also, and just as importantly, you know, climbing a mountain can be, although you've got brilliant scenery around you, can be a bit monotonous and a little bit boring. Well, I wouldn't say boring, but it can be monotonous and hard work on the mind. So what you've got to do is you've got to build that in as well. You've got to get used to the fact that, you know, on the day you could be climbing a mountain, you know, for 3 hours in one direction, just going up. So you've got to build that into, you've got to build yourself mentally strong as well. And doing circuits and doing loops, and whether it's step work or hill work or anything like that, that all helps. So so don't think it's just a pointless exercise. Everything's got its benefit, and everything will help. Right, I'm back from the walk, and just looking at the stats there of that. So I'm saying it's not all about stats, but some people are interested. That was about, well, it was 1,250 feet of ascent and about 1,000 feet of descent. So ascent, yeah, 1,250 up and 1,000 down. So basically you're looking at Pen y Farn being about 1,800 feet of going up. So it's just short of it's about 2/3 of that, which is all right. This is only the first session. So what we're going to do now is, as soon as you come in, I'm just stripped off because this is going to be hot now, and do 20 minutes of a hit session, concentrating on the core and the legs. This is why we only do an hour of that walking to start with, and only 20 minutes of this, because we are going to build up. This is sort of the first session of doing this, and if you haven't done this sort of exercise before and this sort of routine, you will be very sore the next day. So there's no point in overdoing it and then being really sore and then not wanting to do it again, or being too sore to do it the next day or to do anything. So that's why we do what we do, and we build up. So first of all, it is going to be sit-ups. So I'll show you the type of sit-ups that I do as well. Sit-ups, then into shoulder tap planks, then into squats without any weights, just body squats, then into mountain climbs, then into deadlifts with either a dumbbell or a kettlebell, whatever you've got. So we're looking at, and we're just going to keep that circuit going for 20 minutes. Right, I will say now, before I start this hit session, is that I'm a little bit out of shape myself, but saying that, I mean, with this lockdown thing and all the things I've been doing and the exercise I've been getting whilst in isolation, I'm actually feeling probably the best I've felt in about 5 years, which is a good thing. But what I'm also trying to say is that if I can do these things, so can you, and so can anyone, and we build it up. But I do know, and what I know for 100%, is that these things will get you through the challenge you've done. I've been there, I've done those challenges. I know what it takes, and I know what shape your body has to be in. You don't always have to look the part, but what you do need is you need a good cardiovascular system. You need good strength in your legs and a good core strength, right? And you need a good mindset to be able to get up there and do it. And doing these things will build all of those, and will put you in the right frame of mind to be there, and the right shape as well. Alright, so let's get on and do it. Alright, I'll show you that. So with the sit-ups, what we want is full motion. So your arms are going to start back there. You're going to come up and touch your feet, back down, touch your feet, back down, up, touch your feet. You are getting a bit of a swing going. Don't worry about that. So 30 of those, and you're going to go into sort of a straight arm plank, knees are off the floor, and shoulder taps. So just like that. So you're just tapping your chest. Keep your body nice and straight. That's it. Alright, and again, it is 30 of those, and that's 30, that's 15 on each side. So it's 30 sit-ups, 30 of those, 15 on each side. Then we're moving into squats, and then from squats to mountain climbs. But let's have a look at the squats first. The squats, arms up, looking forward, keeping your back straight, looking forward. So what you want on the squats is that your knees are going beyond the 90 degrees. So you're actually like you're going to sit down and you're taking back up. Your feet are going to be shoulder width apart. Right, so keep good form on that. Squats, one of the best exercises. Good for your glutes, good for your back, good for your thighs, great for your core, and will be so beneficial when climbing those mountains. So from the squats then we're going into mountain climbs. So mountain climbs, you get down into the plank position and you power your feet forward and back. What you're trying to do is when you're in that plank position, your arms straight, is that you get your knee up so it touches your elbow. So if your knee touches your elbow, you know you're bringing it up, and then you extend it all the way back, and then you bring the other one up, and then you power that. Again, we're going to look for 30, so that's 15 on each one. And again, you can take it up to 50 if you want to, but no more than that for the first one, no less than 30. So straight arm, bring your leg up like that. That's the technique. And then you do it quickly, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the mountain climbs for you. They are hard work, but again, good for the legs, for the drive, good for the core. You're holding your body nice and steady. And last but not least, we've got the deadlifts. Right, with the deadlifts, you either have a kettlebell or dumbbells. I'll show you both, and we'll go from there. Now, with the with the dumbbells, you can either do 2, one in each arm, or you can do 1 holding it in the middle. A bit like a kettlebell, just you're holding it, stand upright. I'll show you both. Now with the deadlifts, the reason you can have the dumbbells 1 in each arm or 1 in the middle, really it's down to how heavy your dumbbell is. If you only got light dumbbells and you feel it's too light in the middle, you want a bit more weight, use the 2 on either side. If you're using the dumbbell with 1 and standing up, you're holding it vertical, make sure it touches the floor, so you're squatting down low enough, your arms are straight, and you're squatting down low enough that you feel it hit the floor. And same when you're doing the deadlifts with the kettlebells, that you're squatting down low enough that the actual kettlebell is touching the floor, and then you bring it back up. So you want to keep your body nice and straight, your arms nice and straight. It's not your arms doing that, your arms are straight, you're squatting down, and you're bringing them up straight, where you're lifting it with your legs. All the power comes from your legs. So you want strong glutes, strong hamstrings, strong thighs. And that's it. So basically, on those again, 30 of those. Again, you can take it up to 50 if you want to, but 30 is enough. So what you've got is your sit-ups, 30 to 50. Your shoulder slaps in a plank position, again 30 to 50 in total, so 15 on each side. Then you go into the standing squats, 30 to 50. Then you go into the mountain climbs, again 30 to 50, repeat myself, and exact same on the deadlifts, which we've just covered. And then you repeat that, so you start a watch at sort of 20-minute interval. You look at your watch, give yourself 20 minutes, and you keep on repeating that circuit. Yes, that's a lot of work, and that's a lot of circuits, and that's a hard 20 minutes. But again, it goes back to what we were talking about. You want to build that core, you want to build the mental toughness as well, of being able to do the repetitive thing and going around. And this is it's working your legs. Your legs will be tired doing that, without a shadow of a doubt, but it's all great stuff. And on the back of the hour walk you've just done, that's added strain and added load on your body. So all good, all what you need. So what we're going to say is, for the rest of your training that you're doing outside of this, yes, if you're doing yoga, if you're doing core strength stuff, if you're doing weights, they are all good, and keep doing those. And yes, if you're going for family walks or family bike rides, they're all excellent as well. You need to do all of those things. Keep doing them. Keep doing your core strength and your different weights, and we'll go through that as the weeks go on as well, different sort of exercises. That's just the start here today, but what you need to do is just keep yourself moving, keep yourself active, and we're going to build that up. That's a short session, an introduction one, and this will get harder and harder as we go on. So there we go. Right, done.